All right, let's get right into it. You've probably noticed we're living through a full-blown gratitude revolution. Therapists prescribe it, companies are talking about it, and the research is pretty clear. People who practice gratitude tend to have less anxiety, sleep better, and even feel physically healthier. But what if the version of gratitude we all talk about is missing something really, really important? Because come on, we've all been there, right? You're having a legitimately tough time, you open up to someone and they hit you with, well, you should just be grateful for what you have. And look, they mean well, but sometimes that advice just feels, empty, almost like it's dismissing what you're actually going through. So it really makes you wonder, are we even doing gratitude right? And that leads us straight into this idea that psychologists call toxic positivity. You know exactly what this is. It's that shallow, good vibes only mindset that says we have to be grateful all the time, but it leaves absolutely zero room for real, honest pain. It's all about focusing on good circumstances, which is basically like trying to slap a smiley face sticker on a deep wound. It just doesn't work. Now, this is where you can really see the difference. On the left, you've got toxic positivity. It denies your pain. And here's the kicker. It's completely dependent on your circumstances. The second things go south, poof, that gratitude is gone. But look at the right. This approach actually acknowledges suffering. It isn't based on what's happening to you, it's anchored in who God is. And that creates a foundation that can survive anything because it's tied to something that never changes. And this right here, this is the key. This is such a powerful distinction. This is not about pretending you're happy that bad things are happening. It's not about saying, hey, thanks so much for this awful situation. No way. It's about being able to say, even in the middle of this pain, I can find a reason to be thankful because I believe God is still good and He's still with me. That is a total game changer. And what's so fascinating is that this idea of a deeper, more resilient approach to life, well, it isn't just a spiritual concept. Let's pivot for a second and see how this very same idea is showing up in modern clinical practice. Turns out mental health pros have been working with a much more complete picture of what it means to be a healthy human for years now. So they use something called a Biopsychosocial-Spiritual assessment, or BPSS. I know, it's a mouthful, but the idea is simple. It's a framework that says if you really want to understand a person and help them, you can't just look at one part of their life. You have to look at the whole picture, these 4 areas that are all connected and make us who we are. And here are those 4 domains. Think of it like a 4-legged stool. You've got the biological leg, that's your physical body, your health. You've got the psychological leg, your mind, your emotions. Then there's the social leg, your friends, your family, your community. And finally, the spiritual leg, that sense of purpose, of meaning, of being connected to something bigger. A stable life needs all 4 legs. If you ignore one of them, especially the spiritual one, that whole stool gets wobbly and unstable. Okay, now here is where things get really cool. This ancient spiritual wisdom about thankfulness and this modern clinical model for being a whole person, they're actually colliding with these incredible discoveries in neuroscience. We can literally see what thankfulness does to our brains on a physical level. So get this, practicing gratitude isn't just some nice, fluffy thought. It's a workout for your brain. It physically changes it. Over time, it starts to carve out new pathways, new roads for your thoughts to travel down. It literally redirects your brain activity away from patterns that produce anxiety and strengthens the ones that lead to peace and well-being. You are rewiring your own mind. And while it's doing that rewiring, your brain also gets a nice chemical boost. Practicing gratitude lights up the reward center of your brain. It releases dopamine, which makes you feel pleasure and motivation, and serotonin, which is that feel-good chemical that contributes to your overall sense of well-being. It's a real, tangible, physical reaction. So what does all this mean? It's incredible, really. It suggests that our brains were actually designed to thrive on gratitude. It's like thankfulness was built right into the operating system of our minds. So when we choose to be thankful, we're not just doing something nice, we're aligning ourselves with how we were literally made to function at our best. And guess what? The hard data from clinical research backs all of this up. Study after study confirms it. That spiritual part of us, that sense of meaning and connection, it isn't just some optional add-on. It has a measurable, powerful, positive impact on our mental and physical health. It's an absolutely vital piece of the puzzle for a high quality of life. Okay, so we've talked about the what and the why, but that's the easy part, right? The real question is, how do we actually do this? How do we go from just understanding this stuff to actually living it out? So let's get super practical with 5 disciplines we can all use to build this deeper kind of gratitude. First up, say it. Try to make your very first words of the day thankful ones. Second, write it. But don't just make a list of stuff. Try connecting what you're thankful for back to God's character, His faithfulness, His goodness. Third, pray it. Let Thanksgiving, not just a list of requests, be the engine of your prayers. Fourth, think it. This is about intentionally pointing your mind toward things that are good and worthy of praise. And finally, spread it. Tell other people what you're thankful for in them. These are all simple but incredibly powerful ways to train your entire self, mind, body, and spirit in the art of gratitude. So, to bring this all home, there's this short but really profound story in the Bible that just perfectly captures the ultimate goal of living this way. It draws this amazing distinction between simply being healed and becoming truly whole. The story starts with 10 men who are suffering from leprosy. They see Jesus, they call out for help, and He heals them. All 10 of them. Just like that, they are physically cured, their bodies are repaired. It's an absolute miracle for every single one. But as they're walking away, something remarkable happens. Only one of them stops in his tracks, turns around, and comes all the way back. And he's not asking for anything else. He just comes back to fall at Jesus' feet and say, "Thank you." Just a simple, overwhelming act of gratitude. And this is the punchline of the whole story. Jesus looks at this one man and says, "Your faith has made you whole." Now think about that for a second. All 10 of them were healed. Their bodies were fixed, but the one man who came back, overflowing with gratitude, he got something more, something deeper. His gratitude unlocked wholeness. And that is the heart of it all. See, being healed is great, but being whole, that's the real goal. True, lasting well-being isn't just about fixing what's wrong with our bodies or trying to manage our thoughts. It requires us to engage all 4 parts of who we are: the biological, the psychological, the social, and, crucially, the spiritual. So as we wrap this up, maybe the question to leave you with is this. As you think about your own health and your own happiness, are you building on all 4 of those pillars? Or is there a piece you've been kind of neglecting? What might be the missing piece in your picture of true, lasting well-being?